progress without any problem. Education is often among the first institutions affected by violence, but it is also among the strongest tools for building peace. If you have education, or if you have peace, you can have your education without any problem. So, the presentation explores lessons from Uganda here, an example from Rwanda, from South Sudan, and this persistent problem area of Palestine. And then, of course, we ask the important question: how can education help societies move from conflict towards peaceful coexistence? Can education do that? Partly, one of the reflections which I would like you to think about is the following. I want every one of you to imagine arriving at the school tomorrow and discovering that the classrooms are damaged, teachers are no longer available, classmates have been displaced, and nobody knows when learning will continue. You are left completely like that. Once violence hits an area, education is the first victim. For many children affected by conflict around the world, this is not an imagination. It is their daily reality. I believe most of you have been listening to news about Palestine. I don't know whether education is going on now there because of the invasion by the Israelis. Yeah, why, for example, why does education matter? Is education important? Obviously, everybody would say yes. Education is more than reading, writing, and examinations. Education develops knowledge, skills, confidence, values, and responsible citizenship. A society that protects education protects its future. And that means if there is peace, education, any disagreement does not lead to conflicts. It's okay, it's healthy to have, for example, a debate like we had yesterday. It doesn't cause the two groups to begin fighting. That is a healthy type of discussion. Disagreement, because you have an opinion, somebody has an opinion, you have to discuss that opinion accordingly. But otherwise, as long as it doesn't lead to violence, it's okay. Now, conflicts, education, and peace. Conflicts affect education in many ways. Schools may close, teachers may leave, and children may be displaced. However, education can also become part of the solution. Schools can teach tolerance, respect, dialogue, and peaceful problem solving, like we have been doing here this week. If I can now list some of the major impacts of conflict or past conflicts on education. Around the world, millions of children experience, and of course, students miss important learning opportunities during the period of the conflict, causing delays in completing their education. Then thirdly, we have displacement of learners and teachers, which does occur when you have. The next type of impact is increased school dropouts. That does occur whenever there is conflict. Learning poverty. That's when schools reopen. Students may have missed years of education, Many struggle with reading, with mathematics, with science, critical. Every conflict, though, is unique, but the effects on education are remarkably similar. Okay? That's the list I'll give you about. If I can just bring you down to Uganda, the problems we have had here, Uganda provides important examples of how prolonged conflict can disrupt education. While demonstrating the possibility of recovery through resilience, reconstructions,
conflict. Now, if the young who are supposed to build a society, their future is destroyed, then the life is bleak for that community, for that group of people, or for the nation or for the world as such. Because nature is, as others leave the stage, others take over the world. The stage. And education is the only way to move them from one stage to the other. Not only education, when it is corrupted, makes us to lose the future. A lot will be lost in terms of population. If you are too few, even your population, even your economy is very little. So, education interruption goes there, produce one, the second one will be free. Why? Because the government will take care of that one. And you take care of one, but there are two, okay? They are all yours. So, a lot is disrupted. Now, Professor talked about conflict. What is conflict? What is conflict? Conflict is a disagreement. A disagreement that can cause hatred or resentment or can make people even go to war. It can make people to displace one another, either physically or what. And when you hear there is a fight, there are wars, you know, people have disagreed. Either one is eating too much, so the other one says you're eating too much, I also need a little bit. Or, as I said yesterday, people's rights are being trampled upon, even among you here. And because of that, students, we have two things in conclusion. First, to thank and be proud of our country. The government has tried to create peace. Without peace, that is supposed to be everywhere in our country. Could we be here? I'm asking you, could you be here? Could you become all the way with buses to come St. Thomas Aquinas? Could you? That's the peace we must be proud of, and we must guard as young people, and as everybody. Everybody. Number two, let St. Thomas Aquinas be peaceful. Every one of you students, you are responsible. You are what? Responsible. Because it's not the teachers. The teachers will be there to help you. But you are more than the teachers. So you must help one another to be peaceful. You must help each other to prepare for a brighter future. So that among you, in 6 years from now, we shall have pilots, doctors, medical doctors, accountants, whatever the qualification you can have. Even LC5s, they will be here, and so on, LC3s. You have already started names of prefects. Those are already LC system inside the compound. So let us create peace. Let us make peace to stay among us. Now, do you have any question that the professor can clarify before I take leave? If you have said everything I wanted to say, you say, Professor, you have said everything we wanted to say. Is that so? You're okay? So anybody? Okay, fine. There are no, that means Professor was very, very, very clear. Professor, you see, you have seen by yourself. At least clap for Professor. Yes, you are seeing.
Session of the morning. I haven't had
that we are coming to the close of our International Peace Convention. And allow me to say good afternoon to all of us. At this moment, we are entering the final stages of this event, and we are going to have two things: the closing ceremony and the launch of the peace education curriculum, which is going to be consumed by us state community. So I think MCs will be able to handle this. Thank you.
Oh, let's thank our dad for the home. Some people are sleeping. Your dad has promised to give you a reward after here, and you haven't had yours. I don't know how you will claim for it. He mentioned everyone's name. Did you hear yours? You were sleeping. Imagine. Okay. Thank you so much. We are now going to the next phase of our today's program. And as noted by the principal, we are entering into the closing ceremony. And the climax of the 2 days will be marked by the launch of the peace education curriculum. And as I say, I don't want to re-empty. You know what that means. I wish to take this opportunity to invite our chair organizing committee, Professor Orach Meza, to have a word, a closing word, during this 2 days peace convention. Prof, you're welcome.
Principal, I beg to sit while I communicate. So, Reverend Father Ariondi, AJ, the chairperson BOD, EDMU, the chairperson school board, staff chair, distinguished guests among us here, resource persons, the principal and the school administrators, teachers, students, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. I must say congratulations for the successful convention on peace building and peaceful coexistence. First and foremost, I must express my thanks to all of you for your keen interest in the convention and effective participation with excellent contributions to many of the presentations made here. The convention would not have been a success without you. As I said yesterday, we obviously missed the representation of our colleagues from E3 Africa. It is our hope that nothing will prevent them to come and participate in future conventions. So, dear participants, I believe the attendance at this convention provided some measure of relief to Reverend Father Leon, Sister Gilda, and the young man from the shock of the accident they had. I wish them full recovery as fast as possible. Our focus for the convention in this time was on reconciliation for durable peace, the role of art and culture on peace building, forgiveness for peaceful coexistence, the role of the media in building peace, the foundation for reconciliation. Every ethnic group is important. That's what we took note of, and value, and then they value peace. And impact of past conflicts on education. All this were based on the theme, ways on how to coexist, live peacefully. The suitable takeaway from the convention as a whole must therefore be the following. If you can note this, peace begins with each one of us. Peace begins with each one of us. Let us leave this convention committed to becoming agents of reconciliation, champions of understanding, and builders of communities where every person can live with dignity, respect, and hope. Dear students, I urge you to join, and there may be some of us, those of us who have been presented here, ensure that you hand over your copies of the presentations to the principal so that he can forward them to the editorial team he has established. I'm grateful to all the presenters for the professional presentation that attracted useful input from the participants. Please be ready, because you will be called upon to facilitate future conventions. I'm also grateful to the entertainers, student entertainers, during the interludes. The poetry, the dances, and the drama were well designed to highlight the theme of the convention. And the presentations, and also the presentation. I also thank all who work behind the scenes to make the convention a success. May the peace of the Almighty Father
Thank you so much, students. At least we now know what to do. Thank you so much, Professor. I wish to take this opportunity to invite our Chairman, Board of Governors, Reverend Professor Callisto Rachel Ejime. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mine is very short. I speak on behalf of the board members and on behalf of the parents. I would like to thank all those who organized this convention so that our students, who make us be what we are prepared to live peacefully with each other, to learn to forgive, to learn to reconcile, and to learn to be who they are by themselves. I appreciate your presence, dear students, and your participation. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Damaris said that was as brief as God's saying. Yes, but it carried a lot of meaning. We thank you and appreciate you for that. We are going to
God is good, and all the time. That nature. Wow. Thank you. I have my small address put out on paper, most especially because I feel there's some action points that you, the students, could look into and try to live it such that when we come next year about the same time, we can be able to assess ourselves in terms of those parameters and action points. So, my dear deputy head teacher and the team will try to have a copy of this so that you mark out what is due you and try to live by it. You've been a beautiful team, and I must appreciate. Our dear founder, representing himself as our father and founder, and also in the capacity of E3 Africa US Board, distinguished guests, our dedicated facilitators, school administration, teaching and non-teaching staff, parents in representing and guardians, our other partners, and whoever members of the community we have amongst us. Good afternoon. Now, as we come to the close of this year's convention, my heart is filled with gratitude, hope, and pride. Over these past 2 days, we have not simply attended sessions, but we have planted seeds of peace, understanding, forgiveness, and unity in our hearts. I thank each one of you for making this convention yet another tremendous success. To our speakers and facilitators, thank you for sharing your wisdom and inspiring us to become better people. To our teachers and staff, I thank you for tirelessly committing in preparing and guiding our learners. To our partners and supporters, your generous contributions continue to transform our lives. And to you, my dear students, thank you for your active participation, your honesty, your respect to one another, and your willingness, above all, to learn. Now I address you as my children, because I stand in the capacity of board chair of EENU, which is the mother of this project, St. Thomas Aquinas College. So all of you are gladly my children, and I love you all so much. So my dear children, you know that many of you come from different backgrounds and have faced several shapes of challenges that nobody else may be in position to understand. Especially today as we speak and in our kind of environment. Yet today also, I want you to remember one important truth. Your past does not define you and does not define your future. Your circumstances that you've gone through do not determine your destiny. You must mark that. What will shape you and your future are the choices that you make in your everyday life. And you should know that this peace talk and peace attributes has begun in this classroom. Now it takes you into the dormitory. At home it goes with you, and within the community where we find ourselves. Every kind word you speak, every kind act you show unto another, every disagreement you choose to solve peacefully, and every person you choose to forgive contributes to building a better Uganda and a better Africa. So as EENU, our mission goes beyond educating. We believe in raising young men and women of integrity, compassion, leadership, and service. We want you to become ambassadors of peace, and this I repeat as I said at my opening remark. You should be the ambassadors of peace wherever life takes you tomorrow. So the knowledge you have gained should not remain within these gates or confinement. We urge you to carry it into your families, where you come from, the villages, the churches you go to apart from our chapel here or this community. You carry it along. If you are of another belief, to the mosque where you pray, or to where you go and face one you believe in as your creator and maker, you should carry that along with you. And also know that one day in your professional walk of life, you're going to be expected to carry this to that greater community. So now allow me to speak to you, not only as a board chairperson, but also as somebody who deeply love and care about you. Many of you, of course, call me mother, others call me auntie. And to those who have not yet identified how to call you, to call me or address me, my name is Mommy. So you're all my children, like I say. Feel free to approach me anytime, share with me. Sometimes you have challenges, sometimes you want something we improve. Who told you adults know it all? Sometimes you are seeing something from our teams here which needs to be changed. We take a listening ear and we try to take action on that. So, my name is Mami. Okay, now I receive that with very great humility when you address me as Mami. And like every mother, my greatest joy is not simply to see you pass your examinations. Of course, that is one ultimatum one. But seeing you become responsible, respectful, compassionate, and courageous adults. I believe in each and every one of you. And I want nobody to tell you that you cannot make it, you cannot succeed just because of where you come from or what you have passed through. You can make it to any height, and believe me, sky will never be your limit. When you start, you won't end. Yes, outside. Thank you so much for nurturing not only the minds, but the character of these young people. Your work leaves a legacy that generations will forever live to remember. Now, to our community, parents and leaders who are represented maybe amidst us here, let us also continue. I encourage you to continue working together to create homes and communities where peace, justice, and love flourish. The responsibility of raising a child. I grew up knowing, we are told that a child is only yours when it's still in the stomach. Once you give birth to a child, it becomes a community, a nation's child. So it's our responsibility to look after the children. Don't bypass a wrongdoing child, a straying child who may need help just because you imagine it's not your child. Every child is a community's child. Let's look after these children. As we leave this convention, let us not say that this is the end. Instead, let us say it has begun, because the real work starts when we return to our daily life. This has also been pointed out here with our diligent and esteemed facilitators. Let the lesson learned over these 2 days be reflected in how we treat one another tomorrow, next week, and throughout the year till we meet again. And let's see if by the end of it, we have made our environment, our existence, a better one to be proud of. Now, on behalf of the Board of Directors, I thank everyone who made this conference possible and very successful. May the friendship formed here grow stronger. May reconciliation continue where there has been division. May hope replace fear, and may peace always find a home in our hearts. And I pray that God may bless this, our Garland School, St. Thomas Aquinas. May God bless my dear students and E3 Africa, so EENU. May God bless the people of Moyo District and Uganda at large. And may God bless Africa. Thank you so much for listening to me. And may God grant travel safety to those who will be leaving this for longer destination. I thank you all for God and my country. Thank you very much. Now, before I leave this stage, I would like to recognize some of my board members who have managed to make it to this convention, and I'll just mention their name. They will rise up in recognition, and then also my EEMU staff team who are available, whom I can mention, especially those who came from Kampala. Now, amidst us, we have our very own, the chairman organizing committee of this convention, Professor Faustino L. Meza, Obach Meza. This time always you have to take it carefully. Professor, thank you so much for being an active part of this convention. I would like to recognize the presence of Mr. Governor Visit Shell, our finance. He has just set in. Governor, we are so happy to be with you in this gathering. It is our finance in the organization. And then we have our running man, the one and only secretary of the board. You know him as your father, the ED, Mr. Joseph Ambayo. Thank you so much, Joseph, for all that you do. We are nothing without you in the field. We would like to appreciate God for the gift you in our community. Thank you so much for being in this family. We have our admin, Madam Akelo Winnie. She is one other action hand. And we are proud to have her because she's as flexible as they teach us those things. What is very flexible in the as flexible as okay, you go and research on that. But don't do shortcut AI. try to engage your brain and get what is very active. So we have Madam Kelowini. Could you stand up? Most of you know her. She's your admin mama, and especially for those who are in the program, if you have any challenges and you're within Kampala, she sits in that Kampala office, and she has been able to coordinate many things between there and here on the ground. Thank you, Winnie, for being part of the gathering. Next, we have Madam Romoraj Susan. Madam Romoraj Susan is our accountant. She sits in the Kampala office. Madam Romoraj, we're so happy to have you here. She has come to this area for the first time. She's having a real experience. So welcome her again to this place. Thank you, Madam Susan. And I had an experience with her. It was difficult for her to appreciate being in the ferry. So we have to cushion her like in the middle so that she's, you know that feeling. So thank you, at least you know that we can all arrive. And we have our other team who sit here, like Madam Doreen, our estate manager. We have our field coordinator, Mr. Bako James. And we have Madam Agnes, an alumni, and a staff. So we have Madam Steady. You know, these are families of EENU. Some who are already giving what? Services here. Madam Agnes, you are in the house. Please stand and wave to the team. This is a child of EENU and a staff now giving back. Please face the crowd and you know her, right? Yes, then we have Madam Steady. I don't know if you know this one. Do you know her? Please stand and wave to the crowd. You know her. Okay, thank you. So since you don't know her, she has not stood up. But this vibe we see fun time what? The trophies that are lining up there. Thank you, you are shining daughter. I'm so proud of you and your team. And we have with us also another alumni, Harriet. Harriet, could you stand up and wave to our team? Where is Harriet? She's there at the last back. Do you see her? Please come and see her. Harriet, why don't you come around? Harriet, please, would you walk forward? Thank you very much. Yeah, you know, for us, the students of EENU, we don't shy, we dare and do, we are proud to be ourselves, we greet with smiles. There she comes. Harriet, we are so happy to have you in the house. Okay, now you can face the house and see the team. Before you sit, wave to your OGs. This is your OG, please. Yes. Thank you so much. And whoever else have forgotten, we recognize their efforts to be part of this family. And now, without further going into that, we come to the end of what I had to deliver. And at this moment, I have a special function of inviting none other than our founder. Is it our founder? Our founder and father, who loves us very much, and he means it. One and only.
Yes, I love you so much, and I do. Yes, dear friends, as we come to the close of this fifth annual peace convention, you, in men and women who will contribute positively to our society. And always remember, the best we do is that knowledge without character is dangerous. It's dangerous. And success without compassion is incomplete. And education without values cannot transform a nation. And we are here to do that transformative action. And so, my hope is that every student who passes through the gates of this school will live not only as an educated person, but also as a peacemaker, as a servant leader, and a responsible citizen who is committed to the common good. And so, may all the things that we do together and what we have heard not remain on paper, may they become, as I repeatedly say, a way of life. May peace be a way of life here at St. Thomas Aquinas College. And so to do so today, it is my greatest honor to officially also launch not only a new subject, not merely a new academic program, but a vision rooted in peace, in hope, in healing, in responsibility, and the future of our society. We launch today the peace education curriculum for St. Thomas Aquinas College, Erepi. This curriculum was born from a conviction that has lived in my heart for many, many years, having gone through conflicts and having witnessed firsthand the damages caused by conflict. And so my conviction is that education must do more than just produce successful students. It must form good human beings. It must shape minds, transform hearts, and prepare you not only for employment, but also for peaceful coexistence, as we have repeatedly said here. That we may become responsible leaders and provide peaceful service to humanity. Our nation, as Professor March said earlier, and especially now that Uganda has endured the painful seasons of conflict, of violence, of division, and we are still having the trauma and suffering as a result of that. Many communities are still living with the visible and invisible wounds left behind by years of instability and extreme poverty. We are building roads. Even though we are still yearning for a bridge. We have rebuilt schools. We have beautiful schools like this. But most importantly, we must also rebuild our hearts. We must rebuild our relationships and our trust. And this is where education becomes essential. And we have emphasized this over the years. The classroom, this beautiful classroom we have constructed, must not only be a place where you learn mathematics, science, and language, as we have said before. It must become a place, dear friends, my dear beloved students, where you learn how to listen in sermon, what many have said before, how to forgive one another, how to reconcile, how to resolve conflicts peacefully, how to respect differences, and how to cooperate, and how to build unity. I am convinced, deeply convinced, that if conflict can be learned, then peace can also be learned. If violence can be passed from one generation to another, and it will also integrate music, dance, and drama for peace, for community dialogue, and for leadership formation. And so we are convinced that this, when we integrate this holistically, will not only transform our society here at St. Thomas Aquinas College, but it will also be a vehicle that will carry us forward to prosperity. And therefore, I invite you as we leave, become young people who will reject violence, who will respect others, who will be the vulnerable and value unity, and choose dialogue over hatred. And remember, peace is not weakness. And I believe you are capable of doing all this. And now, finally, to you, my dear teachers, I love you too. I cherish you because without you, this school cannot stand. Let's give our teachers a round of applause for their gospel. And now, dear teachers, led by a principal, this curriculum we are launching today places before you a holy and sacred responsibility. A holy and sacred responsibility. You are not only transmitters of knowledge, you are going to be formators of character. Our students will learn peace not only from what you teach, but from how you speak, how you listen, how you display, and how you treat them, and one another. Yes, the way you handle our students will show to them what it will be like to communicate peace and to live together peacefully. We do not claim to have all the answers as teachers, because we know this is a very long journey, and I know that too. But every lasting transformation begins with one courageous step. And today, that step has been taken. May this initiative form a generation that chooses peace, lives peace, and builds peace. And before I launch the curriculum formally in a few minutes, I want to make one announcement. I'm going to announce a scholarship award. And this scholarship award is going to be known as the Founders Scholarship Award for Excellence. And what this will entail is that this scholarship will go to youth students who will excel in academics, will excel in debate and public speaking, will excel in poetry and storytelling, will excel in sports, will excel in leadership and ambassadors of peace. So I'm going to entrust the executive director and the principal together with your team to present for me 6 students who will be excelling in those areas I've just described, so that they get education free from that. So, the ball is in your court, and those who will, and you are all excellent. This is not great compliment. You all do great things, and try to maintain the excellence we have here. And finally, with gratitude to God and with hope in you, our young people, and with commitment to the future of our society, I now officially have the honor of launching the Peace Education curriculum of St. Thomas Aquinas College, Erepi.
and so on. This is a historical moment for us at St. Thomas Aquinas College to witness the unveiling of our peace education curriculum.
And we want to fly like a diamond. Anytime we go shine like a diamond. We go shine like a diamond. Anytime we go shine like a diamond.
Father Vincent will be meeting both the boys and girls. Also at the same time, Sister Lupio and Sister Gilda will also be meeting both of you. Now, this is the arrangement.
The founder will be around with us, please.
Thank you, that's the arrangement. So, the boys will be met from here, and the girls will like happy this place. And the girls will be met from the other beautiful hall. Yeah, that's how the order. So what will happen is that there will be exchange. After the priests meeting the boys, they also go and meet the girls. And after the sisters meeting the girls, they also go and meet the boys. So the same, not the same message, I don't know what the message will be. But that's how it will be. And it will be at 2:30. So when lunch comes, have your meal very fast and come by yourself, don't be chased.
We are going to take part of that system up there. Okay. But is it the system that listens? Thank you so much. I thought the teachers will be represented in signing there, but I'm not seeing them. Maybe Madam Koti and Principal have represented you enough. I don't know, but at a later time, you, hey, Mr. Gao is coming. Oh.
Book. Now, as you know, the new lower secondary curriculum, you know how it operates. More effort is going to be made to prepare the timetabling and so many other things that go with implementation. It's going to be implemented here. But some of the copies will be at the library for those who want to really access them. But we are going to implement it here and you'll be given the details on how it will be done. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please, a microphone for the team.
maybe as they are signing, although I've made my closing remark, I want also to really appreciate God for bringing everything together. Because even as we are closing this and launching this curriculum, we have among us, I will let the doors sign and then you, okay? I've signed. We have among us the Vice Chancellor, and that is like the principal, the top leadership of Kapati, Karamoja Peace and Technology University, headed by Professor Galisto. That's a huge undertaking. And being a secondary school pioneering peace, it's to me providential that our Board of Governors chair is at the same time the head of a university that advocates for peace. So I see an organic relationship that is going to develop naturally between us and the university. Meaning, through his office and other offices, I'm going to request maybe some of our teachers eventually to be exposed further to processes that will prepare them to come and implement this curriculum effectively and sustainably and durably. So I thank God for all of this, and so be confident that you students have been this time chosen by God for an important task, which is to carry this forward. So I thought I should say that, and again thank you
Thank you very much for the honor. I just want to assure you, St. Thomas belongs to our hearts, and where we are, we will be. And what is good for you, we shall always deliver. And it's very good when you have a school which will be connected to a university. Many secondary schools are detached. And you will be the very first one to be connected to a university that will benefit you just to come and just see how things are. And also to help your teachers. We guarantee you that.
Identity to prepare me for this. This is how online training reduced to breakthrough to bits of indecision. But right here in this crossroads of decision, follow your intuition, follow your intelligence. Do not despair, do not fear to do what is right, for this brings you nature, not those of today, but that of the future. Do not lose sight of the bigger picture, creativity and criticality. For these dreams in nature are not of today, but that of the future. So teach your legs to walk out of conversations of imagination that threatens your conviction. Teach your hands to pull out of societal limitations, of cyberbullying that dares your futuristic inclination. Teach your mouth to speak out, rebuke doubt campaigns, sexualized images, best violence, impersonation, doxing, and squatting. Rebuke reasons why your dreams will go down. Teach your eyes to step with Satan as you go focus to your culture. Maliba Oriku to the goal. Teach your mind to focus as you go creative. See, dreams need no permission for societal trends or rest. Hide no sight beside the medium of coming through. Let me be me, for Mama easy, and you know that. Society gives my body a horse for debate, makes my body a walking reminder of my place in this society. See this society, enough is enough. I am not next. Amaru ewe a ikariani, ama technology satire. See this society in technology has turned my body into a house of limitations, into a house where all my dreams and aspirations are reduced to AI, class, WhatsApp, love, woman, religion, Twitter, Facebook that I am. Cripple or sick or too far to think, too poor to dream, too relevant to be seen, and not even enough big identity could prepare me for this. This is how online trending reduce you, breaks you into bits of indecision. But right here in this crossroads of decision, follow your intuitions, follow your intelligence. Do not despair, do not fear to do what is right, for this brings you nature, not those of today, but that of the future. Do not lose sight of the bigger picture, creativity and criticality. For these dreams in nature are not of today, but that of the future. So teach your legs to walk out of conversations of imagination that threaten your conviction. Teach your hands to pull out of societal limitations, of cyberbullying that dares your futuristic inclination. Teach your mouth to speak out, rebuke doubt campaigns, sexualized images, breast violence, impersonation, doxing, and squatting. Rebuke reasons why your dreams could go north. Teach your eyes to stay fixated as you go focused to your culture. Maliwa Oriku to the goal. Teach your mind to focus as you go creative. See, dreams need no permission for societal trends or rest. Hide no sight to decide the medium of coming through. Let me be me, for Mama Easy, and you know that I am not white, Mama Lee. So when this technology gives your body a cause for debate, teach your mind to give it back in creativity, because my culture is my identity and my identity is my originality. Technology.
Okay.
As we close now, we thank everyone who participated and brought this event to this far. Above all, we want to thank God who has been with us all through, and want to ask Him in His kindness and love to take each one of us to our respective destinations. But above all, to keep the students and the staff of St. Thomas Aquinas College, Erepi, safe and sound. We want to place the candidate classes in the hands of God to give you wisdom to pursue your studies and prepare well for the coming exams. Always, we can never be grateful enough to God. And so we say the prayer that the Lord Jesus Himself taught us. Every time we say this prayer, we confess our unity and brotherhood in one God who is our Father. We also ask Him to give us what we always need. We know each one standing here has a need. As a school, we have a need. The one who can give us, who can open for us opportunities. May the Almighty God bless you, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you so much, Father Dr. Vincent, for that. Let's clap our hands gently for our instrument. Give back to Jehovah. I'm not here, baby. I need the multiplication of grass. Not yet. let's settle it.